Welcome to another episode, everyone. Charleston White, he's exposed once again. He does an interview, responds to the allegations leveled against him by his cousin, who was 11 years old at the time, one Shalantra Price. And he says the unthinkable. Charleston White says that his thing is too big for him to have been able to do that to his 11-year-old cousin. Apparently, he thinks this is still a joke. This individual is sick and needs to be ousted from the black community. Look at this.
Shout out to Miami. So look, bro, let's address the elephant in the room because it's a guy in my city, bro. He posts some stuff calling you a liar.
Well, it ain't the guy. It's a bitch that I don't know.
Okay.
It's a bitch that I don't know. She say she my cousin. I don't know how she my cousin. My mama say her mama is related to something on my grandmama's side. She said I put a grown man dick in her pussy.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
She said I put a grown man.
He said, I wasn't even talking about that. He's talking about something else. He says, let's address the elephant in the room. There's a man in my city who said that you a lie. Charleston White goes straight to that. His mind is on this situation. This dude here, the interviewer, I believe it's Terrence Gangster Williams, says, I wasn't even talking about that. Charleston says, there's a woman I don't even know. She's supposed to be my cousin. So my mama and grandmama on that side, somewhere way over there. So your mama know her then. So y'all do know her. You know her. You know exactly who she is in the family. What do you mean? So it's not like this is just some absolute stranger. He just said, let's play that again. The hell with that. I'm not finna let him play in my face.
Old boy. Shit, nigga, like a $40,000, $50,000 a week.
Man, well that ain't nothing.
Damn.
Okay. Shout out to Miami. So look, bro, let's address the elephant in the room because it's a guy in my city, bro. He posts some stuff calling you a liar.
It ain't the guy. It's a bitch that I don't know.
Okay.
It's a bitch that I don't.
It's a B that I don't know.
She say she my cousin.
I
don't know how she my cousin.
I don't know how she my cousin. She say she my cousin. I don't know how she my cousin. It's a B that I don't know who says she's my cousin. I don't know how she's my cousin. Just want to make sure we paying attention to what he's saying. He doesn't know how she's his cousin. He don't know her.
My mama say her mama is related to something on my grandmama's side.
My mama said her mama is related to something on my grandmama's side. So y'all related. You're related then. And your mother knows who she is. You saying you don't know who she is. But your mother knows who she is. Your mother can tell you who her mother is and who she's related to on your grandmother's side. Making her your cousin.
She said I put a grown man dick in her pussy.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
She said I put a grown man dick in her pussy when she was 11 or 12 years old. When I was in the 3rd grade, I had a senior college dick. When I was in the 3rd grade, I had a grown man dick. So imagine at 21, 22 years old, pushing this big old torpedo off an 11-year-old hole. And this bitch ain't been, man, I'm on this low, man, I say, nigga, I kick in though. nigga, I say, when this motherfucker hard, this bitch go rip up something. So this bitch done say, nah, man, hell no. This grown man dick ain't been, look.
Wow. That's his response. That's his response that if I stuck this grown man thing in an 11-year-old hole, he said, this man, he's 50 years old now or something, still referring to an 11-year-old girl as a hoe. If I had stuck it in an 11-year-old hoe, he's not speaking in past tense as if he was 19 or 20 or 21 at the time, which is what the accusations dictate. He's speaking in the present and referring to this one who's a lady now, but still referring to 11-year-olds as an 11-year-old hoe. And that his thing, as we just heard, is way too big for her. Sick, man.
Girl pussy can't take this dick. She gonna have to go get stitched up. So they come with a timeline. They said, I got out and when?
97.
No, I said 98.
Yeah, they said 98.
Yeah, he said 98, but the dude said it was 97. Well, he did an interview and he said he got out in 98, but then when he was trolling the dude, he said 97.
So I got out so I spent almost 6.5, 7 years in getting state home and school, which was the Texas Youth Commission, from 91 to 97. I went back to court in 95 at the age of 18. 97, I'm 20. I got out the boys' home in 97. I didn't go home. Why? According to the Texas Juvenile Determined Sentencing Law, you don't parole home.
Man, he said before he got out in 98, man.
When you're recommitted back into the custody of the Texas
It was full
Youth
of it,
Commission,
bro.
you either stay to your 21st birthday or you go to a halfway house. I went to a halfway house for a year. I went to a halfway house for a year in San Antonio, Texas, the Aries house. Keith Alexander was the superintendent. Stuart Perriman was my pastor and my caseworker. Mr. Charles Wilborn was the man who taught me how to go out and do public speaking.
Man, whatever.
He was the first man to start teaching me how to go
Just
out.
because you naming all these names don't mean a damn thing. That doesn't make the story accurate. You're not fooling. You're not luring anybody to sleep with this nonsense, this rhetoric, man. You can remember all that, but you can't remember exactly when you got out from this place. I'm not buying it.
And speak at the schools and high school. So they are correct and they are wrong. I went to the Aries house in San Antonio in 1997. I had to stay there for a year until I was my 21st birthday. I stayed there about 5 or 6 months. And then I escaped from the halfway house. I escaped from the halfway house. I had a pass. I went to go see my Mexican girlfriend. Nigga, I missed the bus. I panicked when I missed the bus. I called mom.
Man.
Mom, I just missed the bus. She said, son, just go back and you
This
just don't go
dude.
back and turn yourself in.
Full up.
I really want to go get some pussy. I called Mr. Perry. Nigga, I called Mr. Perry. Prime Mr.
This
Perry.
dude, man, this dude's a joker, man. Tom ass. This dude's a clown, man. What are you talking about? Telling all of this detailed story about how he missed the bus, trying to give us the impression that he could just remember everything. But you just was confused on the day that you got out from this place. This denial is not sufficient. You talking all around the issue. Your only response is that you couldn't have done it because you're too big? Nah, man, that's not gonna fly. You need to get your ass out of the community. He needs to get out of the community. Walking around with this watermelon felon shirt on and now making these kind of comments towards an 11-year-old girl. We need to get all of the PDF files out of the community one way or another. In order to protect our women, protect our boys, protect our girls, it's your kids that are at risk when these individuals are around, have to get them out of the community. All of them.
I mean, I don't know. So we got some things that's called thinking errors. So he hit me with the thinking error. Man, just come on back. Nigga, I'm finna go get some pussy. So nigga, I went back for the night, hunched my little Mexican girlfriend, tongue kiss. We did everything but fuck. Boy, you know how nigga hunching that dick was shaking. Boy, I was hunching all night long. Went back the next day, caught the bus to I caught the bus to a Jack in the Box. Called Mr. Perry.
Pause that story. Yeah, no, stay right there. We gonna stay on hunching. Something's going on. Hold on, let me grab my new card too.
I told you.
Yeah, hold on. Say that story now. You about to cook.
This dude remember everything.
You gotta get you some new equipment. I'm telling you, you got to invest into your equipment, nigga.
You went to Jack in the Box.
You niggas see, they trying to trap me into what I'm saying, but they ain't got no evidence based off what they saying. Yeah. So all this is documented. Gangster, you hear me?
No, it's
My
not.
first ever adult ID wasn't in Dallas, Texas. Wasn't in Fort Worth, Texas. Guess where it was at? San Antonio, Texas.
Man, his records are sealed, bro, so it's not documented. Anything, any kind of paperwork that he comes up with is falsified. They covered up his murder charge. You think they won't falsified documents for him? His records are sealed, man. We don't believe anything this individual says. I'm not buying this story. It just seems like he's jumpy. This thing is on his mind. The interviewer wasn't even talking about this. He was talking about something else, a whole nother situation. And he come right out with this stuff. Nah, man. And that's your defense? What a despicable, disgusting defense. The size of your manhood is too big to have done this to this 11-year-old hoe? That's your defense? Man, get your ass out of the community. Get your predatory ass out of the community now. And anyone who supports this individual, you need to be investigated. You're sick. Just like anyone who supports Donald Trump, like he does, who's in the Epstein files thousands upon thousands of times. Sickness. About to be done with this dude.
That's where I had to get all that from, because I had just got out at 20 years old. So peep the play. I worked at Just for Feet, and I worked at McDonald's when I went back. See, because when I went to
So what, man?
I had to go back.
You got to do anything.
So, let me know when you're ready. You're not done. So now, homie, so they don't know nothing, homie. See, these niggas just got hate pushing in their heart. So I go to the Aries house. When I go back to the halfway house, nigga, I called Mr. Perryman. Mr. Perryman came and picked me up. They violated my TYC parole.
No.
So I went back to Giddings. I stayed in Giddings for like 30 days waiting on my TYC parole hearing. I was sentenced to Brownwood Sanction Unit. And the sanction unit was for parole, for TYC parole.
Charleston.
I was sentenced to 120 days. It was like a boot camp.
So what?
So you might hear Dewberry talk about Monk. So me, Monk,
What happened with the lady, bro? What happened with Shalonda Price, with your cousin? The woman that your mother said is, her mother is related to your grandmother, which makes her your family, by the way. What's up with her? Let's focus on that. You talking about you went to Jack in the Box, you worked at McDonald's, you went and humped your Mexican girlfriend. We don't give a damn about none of this. Mr. Perry and this person, what are you talking about? This sounds like a distraction, like a smoke screen. You start off saying you don't even know this woman, and you're not related to her. She claims to be your cousin. Well, so does your mother. Your mother claims that she's your family. Your mother said that her mother is related to your grandmother. Where I come from, that makes you all related. At the very least, you're cousins. At the very least. Either she's your sister, your daughter, your mother, your auntie, or she's your cousin. We know she's none of those. She's not your daughter. She's not your sister. She's not your auntie. She's not your mother. But y'all are related according to your mother, which would make her your cousin. I just came up with that in real time. This guy here, who you think he's talking to?
Dewberry, all of us and getting together. Monk had got out like about 2-3 years before me. So when I go back to the sanction unit, guess who I see? I see my nigga Monk. That's how me and Monk got reconnected.
Man, what?
So that's how. So I'm in the sanction unit.
So what?
Mike Tyson have the fight and
Talking
bite
about
out
month.
Holyfield.
The fuck?
I'm in the sanction unit the night Mike Tyson have a fight and bite out
Dude,
Holyfield.
man.
Monk brother and them called the payphone.
Nah,
We could get
man.
calls from the payphone.
Nah.
So I do 120 days in the sanction unit. I go back to San Antonio Aries House to
Listen.
complete the remaining of the capital offenders program. We well into 98 now.
What are you talking about?
We well into 98.
Okay.
We well into 98. So
Okay.
keep the play, right? So when I get out, no, we going into 98. We're in 98. When I get out, I go to Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Bro, we don't want to hear about your fake paperwork. We don't want to see this. It's all a ploy, a ruse. We don't believe it. Your records are sealed. We know this. They covered up something for you, let you snitch on a murder case or robbery and let you go home. Meanwhile, your friends are still in prison. You said you were an undercover cop, that you worked for the Texas Police Department undercover or something. We don't believe nothing you say. We don't want to see this nonsensical paperwork. You going around all of these circles to say what? Because we know that she was your cousin. Your mama told him. Your mama said that when she said that her mama is related to your grandmother. She's your cousin. You can claim you don't know her all you want. Lady just coming out lying on you about this stuff. Just coming out saying that she said she had problems sleeping. She was traumatized. I believe her. My first instinct is always to believe the victim, the purported victim, the potential victim, the alleged victim, the may-be victim. If it comes out that it's not true, then obviously it would be a big apology because that's a serious accusation, and an accusation that can ruin someone's life. So just as much as you want to support the victim, you have to support the individual who was accused of this and it was not true. Damaging his entire life, career, reputation, not just speaking about Charleston White, speaking about anyone, period. Anyone with these sort of accusations. This 11 years old? You know, no way. No way. So, I mean, but the fact that Charleston White has said himself that he has taken it before, he said this multiple times, that it's okay, that no does not mean no where he comes from. These words have come out of his mouth. And that he has taken it before. He said that. I'm going to take him at his word then. It's just the way that he speaks alone is disrespectful, it's distasteful, it's disgusting. The stuff that he said at the beginning, I wish I'd have known I should have blanked this stuff out. Hopefully I don't have no problems with this dude talking like this about an 11-year-old girl. If her accusations are not true, why would you still talk like that? Either way, you're wrong. Either way, you're foul. This individual needs to go. Now he's about to come up with some old fan. I'm about to I don't even want to see this. It's a ruse, bro. He going all around a big old circle to say what? Okay, 98. You were 21. She said you were 20. Okay. She was off by a day or two. Whip-de-doo. That's your defense? Nah, man, nobody buying this.
Why?
I'm not.
Because when you become a ward of the state in the state of Texas,
Man,
you go
stop.
to the Texas Youth Commission,
Shut
your
up.
college education
No.
is paid up to a PhD.
You're lying.
Listen, when you're a ward of the state in Texas,
You're lying.
your college education is paid up all the way up into a PhD for lifetime.
I don't know what he's saying. I don't care. You're
That's
lying.
how I ended up Texas Wesleyan
That's what he
University
do.
studying law. So let me go back. Let me back up.
Like
so
Trump.
I leave the Aries house.
Man.
Parole home. Mama throw me a party. I go to Arkansas, nigga. My cousin Stephen White was the blacks. He was the president of the BSA.
Oh my
In
God.
Fayetteville, Arkansas, at the University of Arkansas. I go up there.
Who gives a damn about your cousin in Arkansas? What are you talking about? None of that has anything to do with anything, man. This is all a smokescreen and a distraction. You're saying all of this to say what? That it couldn't have been you? Because of all that you went to Jack in the Box, you humped your girl, you worked at McDonald's, you're in Arkansas with your cousin, you hooked up with Mr. Perry, so it couldn't have been you? Are you saying all that to say that? It couldn't have been you? When all that was done, she's saying you came in the bathroom on her when she was stark naked and did the unthinkable. And that she's been traumatized since then. She needed therapy, all sorts of stuff. This is what she said. She didn't even ask for any money. And I know her. She just came out eventually, finally, and told her story, said that she had to get it off of her chest. It's tough. It's a fine line. Because you go around, and this is why a lot of victims don't come forward, because they are crucified, criticized. Oftentimes they are not believed, or they are judged, or what was she wearing? Did she ask for it? This sort of stuff. They don't come forward. Sometimes victims blank themselves and all this because they're living with this trauma. They don't have an outlet for it. This is some serious stuff. For these, the lady said she was traumatized. Had to go to therapy and I'm still traumatized by it. That's what she said. This stuff is serious. Of course, it works both ways. A man accused of something like this and he didn't do it, he can blank himself because of the public scrutiny, the judgment, and the looks every time he comes out of the door, out of his home, to walk down the street and people looking at him up and down and want him out of the neighborhood and calling him all sorts of, PDF files and spitting on him and all that. He can blank himself, particularly if it wasn't true, if it's not true. So have to be careful reporting this sort of stuff. But again, my first inclination is always to believe the victim, and Charleston White just seems like a scrubby scoundrel. And I don't like his explanation at all. He doesn't owe me one, but I don't like it. But he's given one, and I don't like it. I don't like how he's going all around the world. I don't understand what this has to do with anything. I don't like what he first said. I don't like the things that he said in the past about he has taken it before. He said this himself. I don't like the fact that he wore this watermelon felon shirt. So I don't like this individual. That's the bottom line. I feel like he's a raccoon. And it wouldn't surprise me if he did everything this woman is saying. As I said, I'm not saying that he did. I don't know. I wasn't there. I just said that's my opinion. I am entitled to that. I just said that I would not be surprised if it is true. I'm not saying that it is true. But she seemed matter of fact in her interview and what she had to say. She was concise, straightforward, and this dude is all over the place. And this man, he was not even asking about that. This individual, he come out talking. It's all on it. It's on his heart. It's in his brain. Now, that's not an indication of guilt, of course, because it can be on your brain, and it's not true. It's the fact that people putting this stuff, something this serious, on you that's not true. Again, that is career ending, can be life ending. Somebody can take the law into their own hand. All this sort of stuff. This is some serious stuff. And if it's not true, you'll be upset about it. And it'll be on your mind and you're trying to get it out just the way he is. Both ways, I would guess. It's not one of them situations where you say, it's not true, so I'm not going to even respond to it. I'm just going to stay silent. I'm not even going to feed into it. I'm not going to even give it any energy. and all of this stuff because it's not true. And all you know, these sort of allegations, you may want to respond to them and try to clear your name, particularly if it's not true. No, man, don't let somebody put something like this out here on you. So him responding is understandable, but him moving all over the place and jumping, I just don't like his response, man. I don't like his reason as to why he's saying it didn't happen. That's just me, though. And he doesn't mean that anything happened. He could be right. Perhaps it did not happen. But he went too far when he came out saying what he was saying at the start here. He went too far. Nobody cares. That's too much information. And that has nothing to do with whether or not you committed this sick crime or not. It has nothing to do with that, bro. It's sick for you to even come out and be on the internet talking like this about an 11-year-old girl, 11 years old at the time. And again, you refer to her as an 11-year-old hoe. You claim you don't know who she is. You claim she's not your cousin. But damn it, your mother know who she is. How do your mother know who she is? How do your mother know her mother? How does your mother know that her mother is related to your grandmother? But you don't know her. Ain't buying it, man. I'm not buying it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm done with this dude. Go over there and check out the damn video. I'm not about to give him a chance to go and try to play in my face and go around in these dumbass circles anymore. I'm done with him. Charleston is cooked. Get him out of the community. Stay safe and stay free, people.